August 26, year of 1896, a big meeting was held in Balintawak at the house of Apolonio Samson, then in the cabeza of the barrio in Caloocan. Among those who attended are Andres Bonifacio, Emilio Jacinto, Agueda del Rosario, Tomas Remigio, Bricio Pantas, Teodoro Plata, Pio Valenzuela, Enrique Pacheco, and Francisco Carrion. They were all leaders of the Katipunan and composed the board of directors of the organization. Delegates from Bulacan, Cabanatuan, Cavite, and Morong were also present. At about 9 o'clock in the morning of August 26, the meeting was opened with Andres Bonifacio presiding and Emilio Jacinto acting as secretary. The purpose was to discuss when the uprising was to take place. Teodoro Plata, Bonifacio's brother-in-law Bricio Pantas, and Pio Valenzuela were all opposed to starting the revolution too early. They reasoned that the people would be in distress if the revolution were started without adequate preparation. Plata was very forceful in his argument, stating that the uprising could not very well be started without the arms and food for the soldiers. Valenzuela used Rizal's argument about the rich not siding with the Katipunan organization.
Andres Bonifacio, sensing that he would lose in the discussion, then left the session hall and talked to the people who were waiting outside for the result of the meeting of the leaders. He told the people that the leaders were arguing against starting the revolution early and appealed to them in a fiery speech in which he said, "You remember the fate of our countrymen who were shot in Bagong Bayan? Should we return now to the towns? The Spaniard will only shoot us. Our organization has been discovered and we are all marked men. If we don't start the uprising, the Spaniard will get us anyway. What then do you say? Revolt!" The people shouted as one.
Pasha then asked the people to give a pledge that they were to revolt. He told them that the sign of slavery of the Filipinos were the federal tax charge each citizen. If it is true that you are ready to revolt, Bonifacio said, I want to see you destroy your cedula. It will be the sign that all of us have declared our severance from the Spaniards. In their eyes, the people as one man pulled out their cedulas and tore them to pieces. It was the beginning of the formal declaration of the separation from Spanish rule. With their cedulas destroyed, they could no longer go back to their homes because the Spaniards would persecute them, if not for being Katipuneros, for having no cedulas. And people who had no cedulas during those days were severely punished.
When the People's Pledge was obtained by Bonifacio, he returned to the session hall and informed the leaders of what took place outside. The people want to revolt, and they have destroyed their cedulas. Bonifacio said, "So now, we have to start the uprising, otherwise the people by hundreds will be shot." There was no alternative. The board of directors, and despite of the protests of Plata, Pantas, and Valenzuela, voted for the revolution. And when this was decided, the people outside shouted, "Long live the Philippines Republic!" Bonifacio as he appeared that day, although a more bodeguero warehouseman and earning 25 pesos a month. He was a cultured man. He always wore an open coat with black necktie and black hat. Always carried an umbrella. At the meeting that morning of August 26, Bonifacio took off his coat and was wearing only his shirt, with collar and tie. Bonifacio hobby was weaving bamboo hats. During his spare time, he wove dozens of them and sold them in Manila. Thus, he made extra money.
Intruders or the approach of the enemy gave the warning that the Spaniards were coming. Led by Bonifacio, Emilio Jacinto, and other leaders of the Katipunan, the men were distributed in strategic positions and were prepared for attack of the civil guards. Masangkay was with a group stationed on the bank of a small creek, gardening the places where the Spaniards were to pass in order to reach the meeting place of the Katipuneros. Shots were fired by the civil guards, and that was the beginning of the fire which later began such a huge conflagration.